بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Hello my dear students. This is Mr. Hussein Ramadan with you. Welcome to a new lesson in our new book, the Mega Goal 1 for the first secondary students. We are still in Unit 1, Big Changes. Today we are having lesson 2. And I have divided this lesson into two parts. In this video, we will have lesson 2, part 1. But firstly, let's have flashback for lesson 1. Try to remember the information we have studied before. Answer true or false. Number 1. Sputnik was the name of a Russian spaceship. Is it true or false? Remember? Yes, that's right. Number 2. King Abdulaziz set Saudi Arabia on the road of modernization. Yes, that's right. Number 3. At present, the UAE has 10 member states. At present, the UAE has, yes, 7 sheikdoms. So this sentence is wrong. Number 4. The UAE dirham, the national currency, came into use in 1963. Is that right? Of course that's wrong, because the UAE dirham came into use in 1973. Number 5, and the last one, digital forms of information are something of the past. Is it logically right? No, it's false, because it's a shape of the present. So reverse your answers again. Number 1 is true. Number 2 is true. Number 3 false. Number 4 false. Number 5 is false as well. Now let's begin our new lesson, lesson 2 in Unit 1, Big Changes, part 1. Today we have the English grammar. Some people have said that grammar is not important in a language and you can use the language without it. It's wrong, because since you know the parts of speech and you know how to speak English, that's meaning you are using grammar. Today we have a comparison between two main tenses of the English, which are the simple present tense and the present progressive tense. Let's begin with the simple present tense. When can I use it? Use the simple present tense for facts or things that are true in general. Another usage is use the simple present to talk about habits or routines, the repetitive deeds and actions. Look at these examples. How can I compose a sentence in the simple present tense? Look at these sentences. The temperatures change with the seasons of the year. Here we have the infinitive of the verb. The digital generation includes today's teenagers. Here we have the infinitive, but we follow it with a S letter. Why? Because the subject or the doer is singular. Adam watches TV in the evening, again with ES, because the subject is singular. She studies engineering. We have added IES. The temperatures is plural, so we have just the infinitive. The digital generation, Adam and she are all singular subjects. But why we add here S, we add ES, we add IES? When can I add S, ES, and IES? If the verb doesn't have an S letter, so add S to it. If the subject ends with some ends such as CH, SS, Z, O, X, and SH, you can add ES at the end of the verb with the singular subject. If the verb ends with Y, proceeded with a consonant, so omit Y and add IES. Look at this table that indicates and clarify the form in the simple present tense. In a statement, we have the infinitive with subjects such as I, you, we, and they, such as watch. But if the verb is singular, such as he, she, it, or any singular subject, we add s, es, or ies with the verb, such as watches, studies. Watches, we add es. Studies, we have omitted the letter y and added ies. But in negative form, the infinitive with I, you, we, and they has the negative with don't and the infinitive, such as watch, don't watch. With singular subjects, he, she, and it, we add s, es, or ies in the statement, but for negative, we use doesn't, but we get the verb into its infinitive. So doesn't with infinitive, such as doesn't watch. Here in a statement, it was watches with es, but in the negative, we get doesn't and omit the es and get the verb back into its infinitive. In questions, we use do followed with the subject, the infinitive, and the complement of the sentence, such as do you watch TV? It's a question for the plural and I. But the question with he, she, and it, we use does followed with the subject, the infinitive, and the complement. Does she watch TV? And so on. Now, look at these additional examples to confirm the information. The temperatures change. Change here is the infinitive with plural. The negative is don't change, and the question begins with do and the infinitive. The digital generation includes the verb here with s, here with es, and there with ies. The negative in these three examples with doesn't include, doesn't watch, and doesn't study, because all these subjects are singular subjects. The question is beginning with does in these three subjects with the singular subject. Okay? Now, test your information and answer this question. She space her bedroom every morning. We have the verb tidy, so we are going to put tidy in the simple present. Why? Because the word every morning expresses a repetitive action, so we need the simple present. The simple present with the singular subject needs s, es, or ies. What end are we going to choose for this verb tidy? Tidy ends with y, preceded by a consonant. So we are going to omit the letter y and to add ies, that the verb will be tidies. She tidies her bedroom every morning. Now let's transfer into the next tense we have today, which is present progressive tense. Use the present progressive for actions occurring now. Something is happening right now, or a temporary situation. Look at these examples. I'm doing my homework right now. Look, he's coming back. The temperatures in the pools are changing drastically. So we have three forms: am, is, and are, which is the shape of the verb to be in the present, followed with the verb ing. So when we use the present progressive tense, we have the verb to be in the present, am with I, are with you, we, and they, is with he, she, and it, followed by the verb ing. When we want to turn it into negative, we just add not after the verb to be. Am will be am not, are will be are not, is will be is not, followed with the verb ing. And when we want to ask a question, we begin with the verb to be itself. Am, are, or is, followed with the subject and the verb ing and the complement. Are they coming now? Is he playing football? That's it. Now, study these additional examples. I am doing, am with I, followed by ing. When I want to turn it into negative, am will be am not. The question will be, are you? Why are you? Because someone is talking about himself. He is saying I am. But when you ask a question, you are speaking to him as addressee, to ask him like that. Are you doing your homework? And if he wants to answer again, he will going to be, or he will going to say, I am doing. Yeah. Look, he's coming. Is coming. Is with the singular, and the negative is isn't. The question begins with is he coming back? For the plural subjects, we use are followed by ing, are changing. The negative will be aren't changing. And the question will be beginning with are followed by the subject, the verb ing, and the complement. Now, there is a very important note that some verbs aren't often used in the progressive form, such as believe, forget. Here, know, like, love, need, prefer, remember, see, understand, and want. These verbs can't be used in progressive form. This is your information related to the present progressive. We blank games now. The word now expressing something is happening right now at the moment. So, which form is right? Play, playing, are playing. Play is an infinitive related to the simple present. Playing is a verb with ing, but it isn't preceded by a verb to be. So it's wrong. It isn't complete form. Here, the verb to be are with the plural we and the verb ing. So that's right. We are playing. The last choice is right. We're playing games now. Now, revise your understanding using these examples. Number one, Zain blank his friends at school every day. Meet, meets, met. The word every day is called a keyword that expresses a certain tense. Every day expresses repetitive action. So, Zain meets his friends at school every day. So, it's a simple present. Zain is singular, so it needs an infinitive with s, es, or ies. So, the answer will be meets. Number two, Lemmy and Lana blank cartoons right now. The word right now expresses what? Yes, that's right. Present progressive. So we need verb to be in present followed with verb ing. Lemmy and Lana are plural. Yes. So we need are. Yes. Are watching. The answer is are watching. Number three, blank he blank Spanish. It's a question. We need here a helper verb such as do or does. And here we need a basic verb. So the answer will be do he speak, do he speaks, does he speak. The main statement with he is the verb speaks. But when we ask a question, we begin with does and omit the s from the infinitive and get back into its infinitive, such as does with speak. So we have does at the beginning with s and omit the s from the statement to be speak. The answer will be does he speak Spanish. Number four, I blank watching TV at the moment. At the moment, such as now. At this moment. Something is happening at the moment. So it's a simple progressive again or a present progressive again. Yeah, I blank watching TV at the moment. Look at the choices carefully. Number one, am not. Number two, amn't. Number three, apostrophe m not. The first one, am not, the form is right, but in punctuation or related to punctuation, it's wrong because it must be It must be a distance between the verb to be and the negative not. Here, amn't. There is no anything in English called amn't. It's a wrong form. But here, the m or the am is abbreviated into apostrophe M with note, that's right. So the answer will be, I'm not watching TV at the moment. I hope you get a benefit from this video. Waiting for you for the next lesson إن شاء الله. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
مدارس رياض الصالحين، مستقبل واعد لجيل صاعد.